One of the most common questions I get from beginner people trying to get into making money online with digital products is, should I create my digital products from scratch or should I utilize done for you digital products or PLR products? And honestly, the answer isn't as black and white as people might think. So in this video, I'm going to break down the pros and cons for both creating from scratch or utilizing done for you digital products as someone who has done both, so you can decide which one is going to work best for you. And before I dive in, my name is Courtney, and I would absolutely love to invite you into Digital Products Academy. This is my completely free beginners course and community located over on School. We have almost 9,000 members inside already. Truly, this is where I share all of my insider tips, tricks, and honestly, I post just like daily free value inside of there. All of the things that have helped me scale my low ticket digital products business to over $600,000 in such a short period of time. I'll have the link listed right below this video. I hope to see you inside. So what the heck does even creating from scratch mean? So if you are someone who is thinking about getting started with digital products, there are essentially two ways to do that. And one is creating the digital product from zero by yourself, from scratch. No shortcut or anything. And then the other way is using what's called done for you digital products, which is actually utilizing a digital product that is already finished, in demand, already completed, and you can put your spin on it, edit it, make it your own, and sell it as your own product, but you're not creating it from scratch. So again, creating from scratch means from zero, blank page, building your own product, writing out everything by yourself, doing the graphics, creating your actual framework, everything, doing it by yourself from zero. And there are definitely some pros to creating from scratch. First and foremost, it's a totally unique product. If you create something from scratch, there's not going to really be something else that exists out there exactly like that. Nobody else has it. It is 100% yours. Pro number two is going to be something like this. You can put really deep expertise into a product when you create it from scratch. So this is a way for you to shine. If you have a lot of experience in something and you are trying to share that expertise, creating from scratch is one really simple way to do that, because all of the knowledge that's inside that digital product is coming from you and your experiences. I would say pro number three is just kind of the branding aspect of it. It really helps you create a strong personal brand when you are the one actually creating your own digital products. When you're marketing, people are going to connect with you and your ideas and your experiences. And that's how you're going to gain traction on the front end of your business. So when you're selling your digital product, if that digital product is also coming from your experiences, your expertise, it's going to build that connection and that authority a bit more than utilizing done for you digital products. So let's talk about the cons of creating from scratch. First and foremost, it just takes longer, especially if you have no experience in digital products. Like if you have not even opened something up into Canva before, if you've never written anything large before, if you just have no experience, I see a lot of beginners get caught up with creating their first digital products because there is just a bit of a learning curve. But when you start with done for you digital products and you start to get some experience with digital products in general, and then create your own digital products after that, it will go quicker because you already have some experience in general. But this con is just what it is. It takes longer to create from scratch, of course, than utilizing something that's already done. Con number two is going to be perfectionism. And so this kind of bounces off of con number one with things taking a lot longer. What I see happen and why I don't always love creating from scratch for a total beginner is people get really caught up. It starts to take a really long time and they feel like everything has to be perfect. And frankly, if you have no experience in something, it's not going to be perfect. So this can put you in a place where it's taking you weeks or maybe even months to create your first digital product. And you could potentially get so wrapped up in your head thinking that it has to be perfect that you never actually launch your digital product in the first place. And con number three, to just wrap this one up, is there is just a bigger learning curve. And again, I already mentioned this one, but if you're someone who is really starting from zero in your digital products business, you've never really been on Canva, you don't know how to write a sales page, you have never made a reel, you've never done any of these things, there's already going to be so much of a learning curve for everything else in your business. Having a big learning curve for creating your product could be the biggest one. And there's nothing you can really do to ease the learning curve in other areas, but with the actual product itself, you can. This is one of the only areas where you can skip the line, essentially. So let's switch over to done for you digital products and talk about the pros and cons with done for you digital products, especially when we're talking about total beginners in this space. So these are going to commonly be things like Canva templates, swipe files, Google Docs, journals, guides, workbooks, stuff like that. The idea here is that you open up a product. Usually the product is totally finished and usually it opens right up into Canva. You can then switch out images, switch out colors, put your story into it and make it feel like yours, even though you didn't do all of the hardest parts of creating the product itself. You simply rebrand and resell it as your own product. Pro number one, it is way faster. It is way faster. You can literally make a done for you digital product your own in 30 minutes, right? Especially if it's a smaller product, it can be so quick. You can put your branding colors on there. You can throw your picture on there. You can add some things that you think are missing, whatever you want to do, but you're not actually spending a lot of time designing the product from scratch and trying to figure out elements on Canva and doing all these crazy things. This is a way, instead of spending weeks and months creating your digital product, you could literally use done for you digital products and in a day or two have your whole business ready to go. Pro number two is that it's just simply less overwhelming. Like I said, there's already going to be a big learning curve when you're starting your business because you have to figure out content, you have to figure out your storefront, you have to figure out what you're going to sell, who you're going to talk to, all of these different things. Creating the digital product itself doesn't have to be the most overwhelming thing. And with done for you digital products, this can make starting your business way less overwhelming. Pro number three is going to be utilizing done for you digital products at the beginning of your business is so good for learning. It lets you skip the line, so to speak, and it lets you start learning about digital products without going through this super frustrating area where you're trying to figure everything out just to create your first digital product. It lets you open up a finished product and play around with it on Canva. You can learn a lot more from utilizing done for you digital products at the beginning than you will just getting crazy frustrated with trying to create from scratch. This will quickly put you in a position where you feel more comfortable with digital products to the point where you feel like, hey, I could go make my own products from scratch. Pro number four, this has got to be the best one, is you can start making money quicker. And this is just huge because honestly, most beginners don't need to go create from scratch. They need to start creating momentum in their business. They need to start building an audience. They need to start getting into contact with their ideal audience faster. And so you just need a way to sell something to your target audience that's going to help them with something. You just need to start gaining sales experience, right? You need to start gaining experience with the other side and the most important side of your business, which is gaining that know and trust factor. So I want to talk a little bit about my own journey. Now I am about 2.5 years into my business and I have generated over $600,000 with simple low ticket digital products, but I actually started with done for you digital products. And I truly think that this was one of the things that helped me grow so quickly, helped me make money so quickly, and helped me gain the belief that I could actually do this so quickly. Starting my business with done for you digital products truly allowed me to start focusing on the other areas of my business that there's not shortcuts for. So at the beginning of my digital products business, I had never even made a reel. I had never worked on Instagram. I had never made a sales page or set up a storefront or done any of these other things. So I knew there was already going to be a big learning curve. So I chose to use done for you digital products and start focusing on that, start focusing on building an audience and upping my skills in all these other areas that I knew mattered a lot more than the digital products themselves. And this is how I started making my first sales, my first $1,000, my first $10,000, my first 6 figures was made with strictly done for you digital products. Then after I had already had quite a bit of experience, I kind of knew a lot more about what I was doing. Then I started making my own products. Now almost everything I sell is my actual own products that I created from scratch. With that being said, I still love to utilize done for you digital products, and I love helping beginners get started with done for you digital products. I think it's a great way to really get your business rolling. When it all comes down to it, if you're truly trying to decide, I think this is the biggest deciding factor. If you know what niche you want to go into, you know who you want to help, and you have a really specific problem that you want to solve, and super specific, you might want to create your digital product from scratch. If you don't really know who you want to help, what specific problem you want to solve, or if the thing you want to help people do isn't crazy specific, you should totally utilize done for you digital products. The biggest mistake I see people make is acting like whatever it is that they choose from the beginning is what they have to stick with forever. This is not true. You can totally utilize both. You can totally switch at any point in time. Creators evolve, products evolve. What you start with is not what you have to sell and focus on forever. You should be evolving. You should be getting better. My recommendation for the average beginner wanting to get started with digital products is to utilize done for you digital products. This is going to help you learn faster, grow faster, build momentum, build that belief in yourself that you can actually make sales with something online. And then start creating your own digital products. Start with one after you've gained some skills, momentum, and belief in yourself. What is the biggest thing that you've learned in your business? Go create a digital product around that. Or what is it that people have been asking me for nonstop? Go create a digital product around that. Just one. And then slowly but surely continue to build on that and continue to build your own ecosystem. Whatever it is that you choose, the most important thing is that you just get started. You don't want to waste a lot of time overthinking which one to start with. You don't want to waste a lot of time overthinking the creation of your product or anything. You just need to start taking these action steps that are going to get you closer and closer to making your first sale online. And again, if you are someone who is wanting to make money online with digital products or maybe wanting to make more money online with digital products, I encourage you to join Digital Products Academy. It's going to be linked right below this video. This is my school community that is completely free. I have a full beginner's course in here, a full community. I'm in here every single day providing value on what is actually working for me in my business in real time. Click the link below this video and I will see you there.